Hello, Just the Tenors. It is March 21st, I think. Yesterday was first day of spring, and this is the second day of spring. Pretty good. And we're gonna go explore the grocery store outside here. Yeah, it's an exciting time because things are just starting to come up, and you can get yourself some good stuff out here. Rhubarb is just starting to pop out of the ground. You get those little red spikes and crinkly looking things. Very nice. In this area of the northern Cayuga County, there's a lot of spring onions that are coming up. It looks like grass, but if you break them, you could tell that they're onions. This is actually worked soil, so I'm expecting to find some common things like garlic mustard and this bump that we call. There's flowers and different things we have planted here, kind of random stuff. What can we find to eat? Not a whole lot, but you can find some things. This is kale that will come up. A big sturdy plant. You can see that just sprouting here. The kale is sprouting, and that will come back up. It's the same stalk from last year. Here we got one of my favorite because it grows in such abundance. Is the garlic mustard. Let the light shine on it here. The garlic mustard is a great thing you can eat raw. It has this type of shape to it. It kind of looks like creeping Charlie, which is also edible but quite bitter. This has a distinct taste of that garlicky, mustardy taste. It's like the garlic mustard pretzels that you get sometimes. Lots of vitamin C in this, vitamin K, potassium, and other minerals. Just a powerhouse. But they are one of the first vegetables that come up. That's an important one to learn. It's considered an invasive plant, meaning it just comes up everywhere and grows in huge patches, but it's extremely nutritious. So people spray chemicals on it to kill it, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's more nutritious than the spinach you're planting or corn or whatever else you're going to plant, or grass. This is actually coming up in a strawberry patch, so I'll probably just eat it before the strawberries come back up. So just over here a little bit, we've got some exciting things happening. Got more garlic mustard. And how come this doesn't let me turn it? Not while it's moving. And we got some reseeded cilantro coming up here. See these little guys? In a few days, you'll be able to snip some off of that. They grow really fast. But cilantro is a wonderful thing to plant. That's something I planted last year, and this puts out tons of seeds. You can dry some of those seeds, keep them inside to grind. The leaves are wonderful, very nutritious plant, very flavorful. A lot of salsas are flavored with them. Got some garlic mustard growing right next to the cilantro. But I love the plants that come back every year. They're just wonderful. Right next to it, we got some what's called a cress. It's in the broccoli family, and that is right here. See a leaf here. Looks, if you're familiar with broccoli, it looks just like the same kind of leaf there. Hey, I was gonna eat that. There's competition out here. What are you doing? This is Curious, my favorite chicken. You open the door in the house, she runs in. She's one of those chickens. So you can have it now. I have my own. This tastes more like spinach, more of a mild flavor. The cresses are very healthy too. You can look up all these things online, even these wild weeds. You can look up the nutrition information. Just type in winter cress, space nutrition, and you'll get all kinds of information on there, how it cures everything and all that. Some of that's people's opinions, obviously. But Right now we've got other things that are just coming up. Like we got the old lamb's ear coming up here. That'll put out that huge yellow spike. And that's right here, a beautiful leaf that has medicinal uses, especially the yellow cone as it comes up. So just the beginnings. We get some pines around us too. You can make pine tea out of that. And that's curious. Say hi. You see yourself? Yeah. All right, beautiful for a March day. It's in the 30s, but just as gorgeous because it's not too windy. One of those days you can just relax outside even though it's chilly. Beautiful sunshine. There's the old sun right there. To give you a little glimpse of what this Earth is flying around. Big ball of fire. You gotta stop and think about, hey, I can't, you're interrupting the process here. Can you go somewhere else? You gotta stop and think about it sometimes, right? And it's just like, all right, we're on this ball that's flying around a ball of fire, and it takes us a year to get around it. We're flying at 65,000 miles an hour. That's 30 times the speed of a bullet. This Earth is moving. No, it's a big Earth, so relatively that doesn't seem like we're flying like a bullet, but it is interesting to think about. These stats are fascinating. We're also turning at the same time, but somehow it all works, right? It's amazing. The Bible tells us that God holds all things together, and just the properties that He's designed the universe in, one of the properties is simply gravity. And the reason we're going around that sun is that it's got that invisible rope tied around us called gravity, and it causes us to circle around it. Otherwise, we would just be sailing off into oblivion, and to outer space and beyond, and we would freeze very quickly. But we're just at the right Goldilocks spot for the life as we know it to happen and to exist and persist. So God has created a wonderful watery marble for us to enjoy and to dine so eloquently. Take a look at the ducks. They're just enjoying it. They'll be laying eggs in a little while. I like them a little better than the chickens because they're not as aggressive. They don't come up and get on the porch of the house. They just seem to be a little more palatable as far as pets go around the house. And they do lay. They're not nowhere near as good as layers as chickens, but it's fun. Just a fun, different variety of animal to have. And there is the good old Just a Tent train, just in time.